personally, it was a top two names that I thought would never get passed on really any NBA record that you would look at. Wilt and then Kobe Bryant. I never thought we would see another name, and then I never in my mind would have ever seen Bam's name in between those two. And that'll obviously get into a deeper part of this conversation, but we are obviously referencing Bam dropping 83 for the Heat the other night, becoming the number 2 spot in terms of historic nights and most points in a game. Again, it makes me feel like we definitely will never see the 100-point game get taken over, although Bam got close, and it felt like, for a while there, it was like, oh, he might get there, but yeah, Bam drops 83 the other night for the Heat. I guess before we get any further into it, what's your take on it? And I want to get your pulse on the whole situation.
My take is that it's astounding. I can't believe it. Like, are you kidding? Bam Adebayo scored 83 points in an NBA game. I am a pretty big Bam fan in terms of, I think he brings a lot of value. He's had a lot of impact on winning teams over the year. Obviously an excellent defensive player. There is no planet where I thought Bam had 83 in him. Like, where did that come from? And that's my first takeaway, is it's just like, I'm marveling at the improbability of Bam Adebayo, who's averaging like 18 a game this season, just going out for a night and having 83 in an absolute heater.
Posted a 60.5 game score.
Yeah, and so our buddy Carlton texted shout out to our guy Carlton KB. He texted our Orlando group chat after the first quarter and said, yo, Bam has 30 plus. And I'm like, wow, good for Bam. I was like, look at Bam having the night of his life. And, you kind of initially are like, all right, well, that'll probably like stable out for a little bit here. And then it just didn't. And Bam scored 83. You're right. Kobe's 81. And, we were, I think, 15 when Kobe scored 81 against the Raptors. And you're right. Like, that's one of those things. We've seen players come close. Obviously, a lot of 70 games recently, certainly in the past few years. There's been a different variety of players who have done it as well. I remember there was a game, I want to say it was in like 2014, where Carmelo had 70, finished with 70 plus, but they took him out kind of early. And it was one of those things where it was like, I feel like Melo was going. I mean, Bam had the pace to get to 100. Like, that's what was crazy, is like he hits 2-3 more of his 3-pointers that he got. Like, we're looking at him closer to 90 right now.
He was objectively, he went 7 for 22 from 3, so that's only a 31%. So yeah, you said, you get that up towards like a 35 or something. Like, he went 20 for 43 for regular, field goals. So like yeah, you pop that up just a little bit more, and it's so funny that he did that, and not even any of it wasn't even a double-double. He only had 9 rebounds.
Right, it was more remarkable. I mean, we talk about the league changing. Shout out to Michael Pedian at The Ringer for this stat. I mean, Bam made more 3-pointers in this game than he did in his first 5 seasons in the NBA combined, which is incredible. The win against the Wizards. And look, I don't care. There's been a lot of debate, obviously, online the past few days about, was it ethical? Was this impressive? Yada, yada, yada. I mean, that man scored 83 points in an NBA game. Like, what are we talking about? And to everybody who, look, I know he had a record amount of free throws. I know he was 40 plus free throws or whatever, which is certainly a lot. Like, that is a factor into the game. The Wizards were also triple teaming him at the end of that game. Like, they were throwing literally 3 bodies at him, actively trying to stop the record. Like, yes, is it the most like aesthetically pleasing basketball at the end of a game like that? No, but I'd also counter with, I think any big scoring game kind of gets like that after a while. Like, when you start scoring 70 and 80 plus, obviously everyone on the Heat is going to give Bam the ball to try to get him as many points as possible. Like, we all know what it is, and obviously the Wizards are going to lean in on stopping that record. So like, yeah, was it pretty? But like, they just missed me with this, like, it wasn't impressive or that it was cheapened in some way. Like, that's ridiculous.
Didn't Kobe have like a 60-point game or something like that in the last year of his
Kobe's last game ever, he dropped 60.
Was that what it was? Yeah, because like I kind of remember that one being like, they're just giving him the ball, which like at that point, just do it.
I mean, that game was a lot closer. Like they were losing to Utah in his final game, and he went super like vintage Kobe mode to ice that out, and that's why that was so impressive.
Right.
And people at the Raptors game, again, that was a lot closer of a game, so there was a little more like urgency to those shots, I guess. But who cares?
Well, I guess, and I think this is why people might care. And stop me if you think I'm going down a path that's disrespectful to Bam. But what I'm saying is, like, when you're feeding the ball to Kobe, I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, Kobe's a legend of the game. He's one of the top players ever in the history of basketball. Will we be saying that about Bam? And or is this a larger conversation to almost what I think you're alluding to, the state of the NBA right now and the tanking issue and the 3-point shooting and all that kind of accumulating in one game to put Bam in between Wilt and Kobe, where some people may argue off of what will be his legacy at the end of the season may not match that.
But we're not talking about legacy, though. This is this is a single performance game. Like, this could have been any player in the world. Like, do I understand that, like, when you look at a list and you see Wilt Chamberlain and you see Bam Adebayo and you see Kobe Bryant, does it feel like one of those players is out of place a little bit in Bam? Of course, it absolutely does. My counter is, who cares? Like, why does that matter? Bam is an excellent player. He's had an excellent NBA career, and Wilt has had that over the time. He scored 83 points in an NBA game. Like, it doesn't matter whether he's an all-time great or not. What matters is that was an all-time great performance. My man showed up and he came to play. And it's also with the start of that game too, like those are real points. So yeah, of course you deserve. When the hand is that hot, feed him. I'm not mad at the teammates or feed him there. It doesn't matter whether he deserves that deference as a one option or not. He was a one option that night.
I know. I
don't think the Wizards were tanking that game either. The Wizards were actively trying to stop him on that record. Like, I feel like that matters here. They were throwing their starters at him and triple teaming him at the end of this game.
Right, but that team is still built the way it is because they're tanking. You know what I mean? Like, the team.
They also just traded for Trae Young.
But he wasn't playing, and neither was, you know what I mean? Like, their stars are not playing right now when debatably they might be able to. And then that opens up the window for an 83-point game. Change history books for the NBA, whereas, like, maybe this, no offense to Bam, I really don't want it to come off as an offense to Bam thing, but, like, whereas he may not, I don't know, we may not want him on that list of top games.
Why? Why do we not want Bam on that list? Why does he not deserve that?
I guess my point is because at the end of the day, when we do a top, I don't know. What are you going to do? A top 30 players in the NBA all time? Would he be on that list?
But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about a single game performance. We're not talking about where he ranks. We're not talking about his legacy.
But 20 years down the line, when people are talking about the top point games, legacy will come into it because it's Wilt, because it's Kobe. You have these big names next to him.
But it shouldn't. It's a one-game performance.
I know. It's like, to me, it's like the OJ Mayo 60-point game where, like, we like to joke about it, but it also wasn't an 83-point game where, like, it can kind of go away.
Yeah, but when I joke about those games, when I talk about, because another one is Andre Miller. Andre Miller dropped 52 in a game, which his previous career high was like 20. That's still hella impressive. Like, I don't think, you joke with the randomness, and I do think that part is funny. Did you ever think there was a world where you and I would be podcasting about Bam Adebayo dropping 83 points in an NBA game? That is astounding, Justin.
That's my point, though, is, like, I don't think it should be his name. Like, it's like that's where we see, like,
he scored 83 points.
We are gonna. That's where we're at now. But the, you know, it just, I don't know. Does it? I guess the word does it cheapen it because it's not a big name star like that down the line?
I don't think it does. I really don't. I think and number one, because Bam, I think, is a good player, and I think Bam has been a good player.
Yes.
Is it very random? Yes. I will concede to the fact that it is extremely random that Bam Adebayo is now second all-time on the NBA scoring list for a single game performance. I love it. Like, what are you going to do? My guy got hot. He hit an all-time heater. Like, he scored 83 points. That's just what happens. It's the randomness of basketball. That's the beauty of it. You can obviously, it going to 80-plus points feels extreme. And I don't think a random guy, though, is going to get to 80-plus points. Like, I do think there's a level of ability, like baseline ability you have to have here. Like, Bam is not some, like, random, you know, 6th or 7th man coming off the bench here. No. Like, he's certified NBA starter. He's a past all-star. Like, It's just surprising because Bam is not, for as good as Bam is at basketball, it's not offense what he's known for. He's not an offensive like leading guy. That's why it's just crazy that he popped out for this performance. But no, I feel like it is getting a little like, and the Lakers fans especially, like, I mean, Ice Cube's son, man, he was like going through it. I don't know what that unlocked in him, but like he was going Twitter, he was like, it was like a full blown therapy session. I mean, all the insane stuff about like, oh, he should have stopped at 81 out of respect for Kobe. Like enough. They're records. They're all meant to be broken. We wouldn't say this for anything else. Like, rest in peace to Kobe Bryant, obviously, but like, come on, what are we talking about?
But I guess. To take it even further, what if, again, I know he still needed, 17 more points to get there, but what if Bam ended up with a 101 game?
I would say that's incredible. I would say he scored 101 points in the NBA.
The crash out of NBA Twitter and NBA fans would be even more than it is now, because it's like, well, now this guy is the face of the highest scoring game in the NBA, and
Bam's like, what's wrong with that? Bam is a great guy. He's a great story.
I agree, but he's not the star, you know what I mean? He's not the Jordan. He's not the
NBA though. Like, he's not knocking Michael Jordan or LeBron out of the face for the NBA conversation.
But then you talk, but he's knocking Wilt out at that point. You know what I mean? That's more what I'm saying.
I hear you, but something that we're going to talk about. So SGA just broke Wilt's record. Yeah. Do we feel bad about him knocking Wilt out there?
Surprisingly less, because it's SGA, who might be the number one guy in the league right now.
I get that. And that is, to your point, right? Like, that feels like a more on-brand person to break that record.
Right.
I don't, like, I love the randomness of it, though. Like, I really do. And I think that, again, when a single game record, weird things can happen. Like, that's the beauty of single games. Like, we're about to see that coming up, obviously, to a much lesser extent, but like March Madness. That's why we all love that, right? Like, weird things can happen in one game vacuums. I don't feel like this was I don't think the Wizards just laid down and died in this game. If the Wizards just stopped playing and Bam was out here like running layup lines, then I think I might feel a little more, and I'd be like, yeah, that was kind of unethical. Do I think the free throws are in the back of my mind a tiny bit? Sure. I'm also going to see those pictures at the end of that game when, like, the Wizards were throwing 3 bodies at Bam to try to get him to stop this record from happening, when they were intentionally fouling other Heat players to send them to the free throw line. Like, that does matter too. The Wizards were far from rolling over and dying in this game.
No, they were trying to prevent it. I know. It's just such a, because it's not a big name, and the other 2 that were there are NBA core names. That's where I think.
Yo, whenever I see you and I crumple up some paper balls, I'm going to shoot it at the trash can. I'm going to yell Bam over and over again.
That's what I'm saying. It's not Kobe anymore. It's Bam.
Listen, then I'm yelling it. I'm stepping back.
That's so funny. No, and again, I say that more as to be devil's advocate, because I don't. There's no hate on that towards Bam, but it is a part of where I think that conversation and like Ice Cube's son is coming from, is like, yo, like Kobe's Kobe, you know, like.
So what, are you just not supposed to try to break it because Kobe's there?
Of course not. But you know, when you do break it, you're going to come with that criticism. And I think everyone's expectation was somebody that's going to break it is going to be like a LeBron James or like a Luka or like an SGA.
Right. But like, we all got expectations sometimes. It doesn't always meet expectations. And my point is, y'all should enjoy it. It's not like we just got robbed here. It's not like this is some, like, you know, the sequel stunk.
I also would like to point out, because when you text me, I tried to put it on, that the NBA should have moved that onto TNT or something, like, immediately once it got closed.
NBC flipped into it. NBC had a different game on, and they did patch into it.
I didn't know that, because I was trying, and I saw that it was on NBA, you know, Game Pass, and I was like, wow, shoot, I can't watch it now. So I was just kind of keeping along with my phone, but I was like, man, they really should have found a way to flip this onto the TV.
No, yeah, National correctly and intelligently went to it. I think they broadcast the last 6 minutes of that game on National. So, like you said, it is, again, just an insane situation, just out of the randomness of it. And I think truly, I mean, yeah, there was no world. We could have sat here and podcasted for every day for the rest of our lives. And I don't think there's a single time where I'd have been like, man, Bam has, I definitely see him going for like 83 tonight. It's crazy. He may not have another like 30 or 40 point game the rest of the season. Like, truly. He also, and this is just an unbelievable stat, but I gotta slip this in because you're a football guy too, obviously. That Bam scored more points than the Jets did in 2025.
Dude, that's so upsetting. That's so upsetting for the Jets because I know they've made a lot of moves recently that have like kind of upset the fan base more. So like, dang.
It's just unbelievable, man. Like half of my family are Jets fans, and I joke all the time. My grandma, God bless her, that my grandma is one of the few people who's seen the Jets win a Super Bowl. My grandma saw the Jets win Super Bowl III with Joe Namath. It's just so bad. Like my one buddy was just like, the Jets fire everybody every single year, and somehow nobody that they hire to replace them is any better. Like, it's just remarkable how you can never even just stumble into one good hire. It's constantly just over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But not great.
It's a definite, that is a fan base that has been tested for sure.
Tested for sure. Hopefully you feel like this podcast is great and we're not testing you for sure here on the Driving Dish NBA podcast. Welcome everybody. My name is Kevin Rafuse. Joining me as always, my co-host Justin Cousart.
Just a stat to add to the Bam wildness. I know everyone's kind of focused on the free throws in Kobe's 60 game against Utah, just because I was pulling it up.
Yeah, the last one.
How many free throw attempts do you think he took?
25.
Down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, this could be crazy. This is an add to the Kobe legacy. I love it. What's it like 6?
It's 12.
Sick. Okay. That is cool. No, I like that. The Kobe, I mean,
12.
We talk about recent nights and just on this podcast, like, you talk about the greater moments that we've seen over the years. I mean, that night, I don't know if you remember as well, it was Kobe's final game, and the Warriors were also playing for 73 that night, like to officially break the record. And so you just had a double dose of the greatest end to the regular season the NBA could possibly ever ask for. Like, if you rank the regular season nights since this podcast has begun, that might be one. Like, I think there's been better quality games for sure. I mean, I know everybody has obviously been doing a lot of nostalgia about the OKC and the Steph Curry, the double bang game. Fun fact, I flew into Costa Rica and saw that after I landed. So definitely a fun one for sure. I've been I've been on the Caribbean twice in major NBA moments, and they've both been like polar opposites. The first one was the double bang game, and so obviously like just insane as a casual fan, you gotta love it. And then in 2021, when I was in the British Virgin Islands, that Sixers Hawks game 7 where Ben Simmons passed up the dunk, I was literally like on Tortola, drinking tropical drinks in a button down, having one of the best vacations of my life, and just watching this basketball team somehow still find a way to make me upset.
It's about how it goes, man. I mean, I remember where I was on that one, and it was not I don't know if I don't think I'll ever be able to go on a train again.
Uber drivers in NYC just lit up here and that. They're like, yeah, abandon that subway. That's right.
Don't go on a train. We're okay with that. Yeah. Nope, that was rough, man. So
leave us a review on iTunes, good or bad. I'll read them on the podcast. If you're not an Apple user, Google Play Store, Spreaker, Spotify, tune in, Amazon Music, Player FM, anywhere you can find a podcast, you can find us.
Yep, and we're on YouTube. Just find us on Drive a Dish YouTube. You can sorry, someone commented on our stuff. You can find us on YouTube, and you can subscribe. You'll get more information, and you'll get notifications when new episodes are coming out. Now, Kev _4703 says, not gonna lie, y'all should start uploading shorts. It will get more subs and get more eyes.
We should, honestly. I mean, yeah, you're right. I should cut Kev, a few.
We busy as hell, man.
I gotta flag. Now that I'm out of the trenches of law school for real, I do gotta start flagging some. I gotta start flagging some clips because I mean because I'm not gonna lie. Last week, because obviously we know, and when you've done the podcast together as long as Justin and I have, I feel like we know when we have great episodes and when we have good, and like whether it's okay or last week was one of the funnier episodes I feel like we've had in a while. Like there were legit 3-4 like laugh out loud, I was actually cracking up moments in that podcast. This one was good. I'm not gonna lie, like you kind of know in the moment. This intro is good. I'm glad you played devil's advocate on this one. I feel like sometimes I never feel like Justin and I were like really go at it all the time. Like that was good. I was glad you kind of like,
Well, I get the point, like, because Nicole's brother, right? he's a huge Miami Heat fan. So when I texted him, his first response was like, this league's a joke. And I'm like, see, I think a lot of people are going to feel that way because it's Bam being on that list.
The NBA, I think so too, but I think that's a cheap shot from the casuals. And I think that's kind of because like two things can be true. Like Bam could have absolutely gone off that game, and the NBA could be in a very kind of meh place right now, product wise. Like we've talked about that a little bit on the show, like which is I don't ever really like having that conversation because we're hosting an NBA podcast. Like I don't want to be the one to be out here being all negative about it and being like, yeah, by the way, like the league's in a bad state right now. Every other league is playing better. I will admit, though, like I'm not gonna lie. Like again, we've been doing this since 2014. I feel like the league and there's genuine intrigue with who's going to win the finals this year, and we're coming off a finals last year that, in my opinion, was one of the best ever. Like I think that OKC Indy series was as good as it gets, come finals wise, outside of obviously a tragic ending. But yeah, the regular season is kind of a mess right now. I mean, there's no way around it. And I think that's the biggest problem. The regular season is just, and it doesn't help with this year too, in particular with it. There's such a drastic, like, line of where teams are competing and where teams aren't. Like the Eastern Conference 1 to 10, it's set right now. Like pending some drastic change in the last 16 games, we're pretty set 1 to 10. Like there's going to be changes in the order, obviously, but I mean, the teams that everyone who's 1 to 10 right now is going to make the playoffs or the play in. You know, the West is kind of the same way. Like Memphis, there's an 8.5 game difference between Memphis and Portland right now. And Portland's 3 games under 500. So that's pretty, telling. Likewise in the East, like it's only 6 between Charlotte and Milwaukee. But have y'all watched those two teams recently? Like, I'll let you tell one. Charlotte's going to be a lot closer to making the regular playoffs more than they are to probably being in the play-in at this point. I mean, nobody should want to play Charlotte right now. The only reason, and again, we'll get to it a little bit in Ballin, Fallin, but like the bottom of the East is starting to get, Bam, and it's, maybe Bam will get some eyes on Miami too, because Miami's come to play recently these last few weeks. But again, stay tuned for that coming in. Who's balling, who's fallen. We're going to talk some MVP race and SGA as well coming out after the break. But now, a word from our sponsors.
So, massive shout out to another record. I guess we're just talking about records being broken at this point. SGA breaks another one for the, hold on, I'm pulling it up. The what is it? Consecutive 20-point games. Where's his number? He's at 127. 127. There it is. There, I found it. So really convenient, I guess, that it happens like really close to the Bam's record. But shout out to SGA, who obviously got it in I don't think we talked about it here. It might have been off mic, but in a very dramatic fashion. The other night against was it Celtics that he got it against?
Yeah, he got it against the Celtics, and obviously, that is fitting because that could very well be the NBA Finals matchup in a few months. So potential preview there. But then the game too, where he tied it, hitting the game winner against the Nuggets late. Obviously, that's been a really competitive matchup here in these last few years. We talked a little bit about the Nugs last week, like really trying to, fight for their own positioning and get some consistency going here. But yeah, I mean, just again, remarkable consistency. And anytime, I mean, you look at Wilt's numbers always from back in the day, and it's just like video game level where he's just putting up buckets with ease. For SGA to do it, again, a guy who, recently, and obviously in the past few years, the title, the MVP conversation, always has been a good player, but SGA has been one of those guys who I think when you step back and you take a look at his career in terms of what we saw early in the Clippers years to where we are now, it really is pretty remarkable how much he's turned it up and how elite he's gotten. Like there was always, again, he's always been a good player. You just didn't quite think he had this in him. Again, just remarkable consistency. Obviously, that starts with him being healthy. That also is a key factor here, but going all the way back to 2024, this started on November 1st. And it's not like he's just been averaging 20 the whole way and like kind of skating by in some of these games. Like he's averaged a cool 32.5 points over those 127 games. He won the scoring title last year. Of course, he's second in the league this season right now. You got to give it up. I mean, that's remarkable consistency, playing a lot of high expectation basketball night in and night out. And being the leader for this guy, especially, this team has dealt with way more injuries this year. And so to have him be that consistent force, that calming force for this Thunder team every night, you just got to give it up.
Well, and I guess I feel like I'm going to be Mr. Negative this whole time. And my question will be along the lines of, do we think this is something that we're going to see get broken a lot more consistently now because of the scoring uptick that we see in the NBA? I bring that up because if you look at the 90 or the 61-62 season, which was Wilt's season that he was that he got I guess the streak was broken, I should say. In that season, 12 players had over 20 points per game. At 13, they were really close, 19.9. And just pulling up right now, our season we're in at the moment, I'm still scrolling down. We have 45. So almost double the amount. And I'm talking like, and you got to remove some, like Jimmy Butler's on this list, obviously injured. So like there's certain things that you'd have to adjust this for, but a rough estimate is like 45 right now. Like Alexander Walker is on this. So like, do we think we'll see more of this, of people passing the 126, I guess, is my question.
I mean, maybe, but my counter to that is the scoring uptick is not new this season. I think this has been happening for a few years now, so, and we haven't seen it. Right. So that's kind of my thing. It takes a second
to get to that, but like like Cooper Flagg's on this list, right? Cooper Flagg's at 43 on this list at literally 20 points per game flat right now. So like, do we think we could see a future where Cooper Flagg's dropping 20 every game for whatever it is, 3 seasons?
You also just, again, it's that randomness though with injuries too. Like there could be a game where, and obviously you're not wishing this on anybody, but it's like, you play the first quarter, you get hurt, you tweak an ankle or something, you go out, you only score 8 points and the streak is over. So it is a mix of, it's not just ability. I think, I agree. If we could guarantee that everybody was playing every game, then sure, maybe I think we'd be like a lock to see this a little more with some few guys. But I think that's the other, that's the variable that comes into it.
Yeah, because 63 years was the length. It wouldn't surprise me if it's less than 63, depending on SGA and what he does with the rest of his career. But like, it wouldn't surprise me if it's maybe cut in half and we get somebody.
Well, that's the thing. It's not even about being Wilt at this point. It's like, how long is SGA going to keep this going for? Like, he's stashing money at this point in terms of keeping the record, and can he make it a more immortal record, if you will? That we shall see. The other big talk, obviously, is as we celebrate SGA, is people. I think a lot of people have come out and been like, "This is it. That's the cap in the MVP race. It's officially over."
To me, that's a multiple season thing. You know what I mean? Like, yes, that for this season, because obviously he continued it this season, but like he went 127 in a row is like, okay, but that was last season. You know what I mean? That's not. There's only 81 games this season. You know what I'm saying? So like,
but do you think he's the MVP? I guess. Like, where are you at? Do you feel like he still should be?
Yeah, all that to say, yes.
Okay. All right. Just checking in. I mean, I was a pretty. It's tough with Jokic because Jokic. It looks like right now, if Jokic misses 2 games, he's going to be out of it, just off the rule.
I'm just kind of convinced he's not going to make it. Yeah, I'm just kind of convinced at this point. If I'm the Nuggets, my priority should be making sure he's good for the playoffs, not this award as much.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if he has that priority as well. They also kind of need to win some games, which is tough as they're in the midst of the seeding race right now. I mean, it was first half of the season, it was Jokic for sure. I mean, I thought he just, he was excellent up until he got hurt. I think obviously the struggles have been there a little bit since they've been back. OKC is still winning. Like we said, OKC has dealt with a bunch of injuries this year. I think that's the other thing where SGA stands out is it's like, no, he's kept that ship afloat, kept them consistently at the top of the Western Conference this entire season, despite them going through, a little bit of a hangover and coming off the title year, despite them missing guys.
they're the only team with 50 plus wins right now. Like Pistons and Spurs are the next two, but they're at 48. So they're still two, maybe 3 games before they get there.
Well, and that's kind of my MVP race. So you mentioned those two teams right now. Like the other players that are in that category for me right now, where I'm looking around the league, is I look at Wemby and I look at Cade Cunningham. Like those are the two guys. You look at Detroit consistently at the top of the East the entire season. Cade is certainly the centerpiece of that. I think he deserves a lot of credit. Wemby stepping up, taking the Spurs not just into playoff picture, but all the way to the top of the Western Conference as second right now, a genuine bona fide finals team, probably the best defensive player in the NBA right now. So, I mean, yeah, that's where I'm at. I mean, I think it's a question. I think you can have a genuine debate of whether you rank kind of Wemby or Cade 2 or 3 in that discussion. But like, if I'm picking my 3 where it's going to, they go the NBA award show, then yeah, it's got to be those 3 to me. I think even over Jokic at this point, I'm taking those 3.
Yeah, I'm honestly fine with you on that point. SGA, Wemby, Cade. I feel like you probably got a good argument a little bit for like Luka and probably like Jaylen Brown. I like the story of keeping the Celtics where they are more than anything. So like I would want him in the conversation just for that. But really that's I'm fine with that. Again, I'm only writing Jokic off because I just don't think he gets the games in. The NBA.com has it kind of in that order: SGA, Wemby, Jokic, Luka, Cade at number 5. That's their top 5 right now. And honestly, I'm fine with that. Like Luka's had some down months, like February. I think he was lower, but still that was 27 points like per game in February. So like he's still playing really well, which is not necessarily the I guess case that most people feel around the Lakers right now, but they're still 4th in the league. I mean, one more win, they could be 3rd in the West. So, I think a lot of that goes to Luka too.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I mean, obviously Luka, a huge night the other night, dropping 50 plus in the first game with LeBron back. I think part of that is for me is just, and maybe I'm blinded a little bit there by the fact that I just kind of don't believe in the Lakers as much as some of these other teams in the Western Conference. But I mean, they've been playing well recently.
Do you believe more in the Lakers or the Rockets?
Oh man, that's a good one. That is a really good one.
Because honestly, I feel like I don't believe in either of them.
I don't, and that's kind of the problem. Is like I'm leaning Houston. I think. I mean, Kevin Durant's been great. It's been about the other guys to me. It's because they consistently do that. Houston's also been really bad on the road. They're kind of, 18 and 17 right now. They've been good at, obviously been quite good at home.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of where it stopped for me. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to compare them to like my level of belief with Minnesota and them in Denver. I think my order right now is Minnesota, Houston, Denver, and the Lakers. And Denver, I would rank way higher if I could guarantee their health. That's my biggest thing. Denver, I would probably put at the top of that 4 if I could guarantee their health.
Sure. No, I get that. The Lakers and the Rockets to me, it's interesting because they're 3rd and 4th in the West, but I don't have good vibes about either of them right now. So
no, the Spurs and OKC are the best teams in the West to me by far.
Of course.
Like that to me looks like the conference finals matchup pending anything crazy. It's not like the East where I look around and I go, yeah, you can talk me into a bunch of these teams, honestly. Like, maybe Boston, if Tatum is fully 100%, which, so far so good. Though they have lost 2 in a row on this podcast, but still, like, if Boston's fully flowing, I do feel like they might be the favorite. They may just slightly jump Detroit, but
that's why I put money on them. I mean, I feel like they're going to be a sneaky pick, man.
There's just like, I don't think they're sneaky anymore with Tatum back.
Well, that's what I mean. That's why when I put money on them, I thought they were sneaky.
Oh yeah, they're not surprising anybody now,
right? Which also everybody could work against them a little bit. Honestly, it could work against them, but they need to get that chemistry going. Is kind of the thing. So
yeah, I mean, we'll talk East a little bit. I don't want to get too far into it because again, that kind of, that transitions as well, right? Into who's balling, who's falling. Our NBA version of the stock market, we always like start with the good before we start with the bad. And so my ballin this week is the Southeast Division, where you've got Atlanta that's won 8 games in a row. You've got Miami, who's won 7 games in a row. They're up to 6 now. Orlando has won 6 games in a row. They're up to 5 now. Still a little bit of distance between them and Cleveland at 4, about 3 games there right now. But, this is a potent Eastern Conference. And when you look at what Charlotte's doing, how well they've been playing, I mean, since really December, I mean, they're the team that nobody wants to play right now. Right now, they're about 3.5, 4 back to get out of play-in game. Like, the problem is with Orlando and Miami winning, Charlotte really can't get going either. But like Charlotte's 8-2 in their last 10. They're probably going to jump the Sixers the way they're trending right now. Like I said, Atlanta's done a good job to keep pace on their own, but even people are making distance on the Raptors. Like the Raptors have fallen to 7 here. They're 4-6 in their last 10. It feels like they're starting to come back to reality a little bit. But I mean, listen, all of a sudden it went from 4 of these teams looking like they could kind of cruise through the first round to it's like, hey, Orlando, Cleveland might be a little intriguing, especially if they get Franz back. Miami, Knicks. If Miami's going to play like this, the Knicks have been good the whole year, but like I could see, Spo posting a master class there. Who knows?
Wasn't there some comments out of Orlando, coach and player comments that made me a little worried? I'm trying to remember what it was.
Well, their big thing has been Tristan da Silva. I mean, his breakout the last few, and especially since Franz has gone down, like that's been the big story to me because Magic they've been missing guys all year. I mean, it's year in and year out, or all season long. It felt like somebody's been out of the lineup, but the Tristan da Silva breakout has been big. Like that's big for them if they have that, especially going to the playoffs, because like other guys have given them good minutes too. When you talk about what Anthony Black has been able to give them this year, Jalen Suggs looks healthy right now. That's big.
Well, and that's always, again, I joke about it in the offseason, but that's always the conversation around Orlando in my mind is the injuries being healthier towards the back end of the season. So yes, I agree with you. That is huge. And it's finally the first week of the podcast, I think, where I can't say to Chase that the 76ers have a better record. So here we are. Either way, I could have sworn there was a comment that made me worried about. Maybe it was Desmond Bane. Somebody made a comment. I'll see if I can find it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we'll see. Either way, definitely. I mean, some consistency has been needed there. There's no doubt about it. All right, who's balling for you this week?
Ballin for me this week is going to go to, sorry, let me pull up my notes. Ballin for me is going to go to Steve Kerr, who has come out in defense of his 90-year-old players and said, we need to play fewer games. We need to take 10 games off the schedule, the modern game, with the pace and the space. I think it would be more competitive, a healthier league. We just need to play fewer games.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with this, actually. Like, I do think the NBA would benefit from going, like, 10 games less than the regular season. Now, they'll never do it, so that's why it's like been kind of like it's a mood conversation. Like, there's no plan at the NBA scaling back. It's the same thing we said about the NFL. Like, nobody on earth needs a 17th game, and the NFL said, well, here we go. We can sell more tickets.
Right.
So, but I agree. And I don't think it's just about Steve's roster being old. Like, I think, you talk about, again, the MVP race with 65 games and that threshold, like, talk about guys sitting out. Like, there's less of that, I think, if there's less games. But I don't know that. I also feel like the first round of the playoffs should be 3-game series, but the NBA is never going to scale that back.
Yeah, well, that's the point. Is like now with the ad money, like you're never going to get less games. You just got to get younger players. Like, to me, this comment would have more impact if it came from a team with young guys. You know what I mean? Like Steve Kerr, it's like, okay, well, of course you're saying that. You got an entire team that's hurt, and you got an entire team that's over the age of 36. Like, yeah. Of course.
I mean, I get that because it sounds like it right now, but I mean, I think he's right at the end of the day. I don't think this is Steve doing sour grapes here, but that does transition well into my Fallin, which is the Warriors and all their injuries. I mean, good Lord, like Al Horford is out. He's got calf tightness. He left their game the other night against the Timberwolves. Quentin Post sprained his ankle. Seth Curry is hurt. Draymond was scratched before tip-off. Obviously, Steph is not playing, and he hasn't played since January 30th. Jimmy has been out for the year, of course, we know, with his ACL tear. And look, the Warriors are going nowhere fast. They've been plummeting down the standings. Yeah. But, definitely, I mean, it's just a straight-up battle of attrition at this point for the Warriors. And amazingly, like we said, given how the standings are right now in the NBA, it's not like the Warriors are going to tumble out of the playoffs. Like they're still, they're a half game up on Portland right now. There's a very good chance that they're 10th in the play-in situation, but short of an all-time meltdown, and we're talking a 9-game meltdown with Memphis chasing you, and Memphis not exactly trying to win right now.
7 losses in a row.
You're still probably getting in, even with them struggling. But
I don't think
losers
they want to get in, dude. I don't think they want to get in at this point.
It would be the only team who should be disappointed if they can't catch the Warriors is Portland. It's like Portland. I know you're 3 games under 500 right now, but like, come on, at least give us the home game in that 9-10 matchup here. Like, you're probably not catching the Clippers if you're Portland, but like, can we at least get a home play-in game here?
Yeah. If I'm the Warriors, I want nothing. Like, you don't have a choice because there's no scenario where the Grizzlies win enough to get into that 10 spot. But like, if I'm the Warriors, I want nothing with a play-in tournament this year. Like, just end our season, get us out of here.
If the Warriors could tank their way out of the playoffs and just get back into that mix and go for the lottery, yeah, of course they would. It's just, it's way too late, unfortunately.
Right. It's kind of the same thing with the East, like you were talking about earlier with the Hornets, 76ers, really at the bottom there. Like, I don't think there's no way the Bucks. It's closer, but I don't see a scenario where the Bucks end up being 10. So
the Sixers would have to really spiral, and as negative as I am about the Sixers, I don't think they're going to spiral that hard. Obviously, Chicago's been going down that bad too. They're going to be 500. Like, to me, they're going to be 500 on the season. They're going to be 10 though, which is pretty pathetic.
Yes, I agree.
Because there's obviously the vibe right now between Philly and Charlotte is radically different. Like Charlotte, Charlotte's trying to drive themselves out of the play-in position. Like Charlotte's trying to like maybe upset somebody in the first round, and it would be maybe less of an upset than we think. The Sixers are unserious. They're just, that's all I keep saying. The Sixers are completely unserious.
Right. No, I agree with you on that. So,
all right, who is falling for you this week?
Falling for me is going to be this Reddit user who took way too much time for this, but it's going to be because the only reason I found this is because there's a Jacksonville reference, which I feel is like really fitting. So the Reddit user posts, let's say this next season, the league expanded to add its 31st team, the Jacksonville Jaylens. All current Jaylens and variation of Jalen are removed from their rosters and added to Jacksonville. I don't know why we got thrown in on this. Their starting 5 would likely be Duren, Williams, Johnson, Brown, and Brunson. Bench would be Suggs, Green, J. Will, Tyson, Pickett, and Smith. This team, probably a clear favorite, a title favorite, right? Would they be able to challenge the 73-win record? Just how dominant would they be?
73 feels extreme. That's a lot. It would be a very good team, though. Did I send you that reel about the dude who made the rap song about why there's so many Jaylens in the NBA? I wish I remember who made this. Yeah, I wish I could like remember that so I could give him credit. And I can't play the audio here on the podcast right now, but it's so funny. Yeah. I mean, shout out to Jalen Rose, man. Jalen Rose's mom. I don't think she realized what a trailblazer she was going to be.
They said Jalen would have to be the coach, which actually might hurt them.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's even crazier, just to add to it, somebody went through and took out and found out what the total payroll for that team would be, which would be $227 million, which is $86 million over the cap, and $56 million into the luxury tax. And next season would be even worse because Jalen Williams' extension at $41 million would kick in, and Duren would be due for an extension as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was like some of the boys are about to get paid. Like, right, Duran's about to get a huge contract. So
he's getting $6 million right now. That's gonna be way higher.
Right. Like way higher. Yeah, no way around. That's funny. I did like that song a lot. But all right, I mean, let's see how many of them fit into Immaculate Grid, shall we? Like, are we gonna do a Jalen grid across the board?
Oh my God. Well, no, because Elfrid Payton works, so we got to use it.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Well, yeah. So yeah, I don't know how many Jaylens have 10,000 rebounds either. But all right. So again, of course, you can always watch Immaculate Grids on YouTube. Just search Driving Dish NBA podcast. But for the podcast listeners, our columns from left to right this week: the Warriors, 10,000 rebounds and 10 points a game per season. Our rows from top to bottom: the Phoenix Suns, the Orlando Magic, and Finals MVP. So, Justin, I will start with you.
I think I know Elfrid Payton works for Orlando Magic 10 a game.
Correct.
I think he would work for Suns 10 a game.
I think he does too.
I'm less confident about that one, but I think he would work for
I'm
both.
more confident about it. We talked a tiny bit about it in pregame, but I think he was starting his first stint with Phoenix. And if he was starting, I think he was giving you 10.
You want to go? You want to do it?
I'm fine. It'll be lower than, I mean, it's gonna be low no matter what.
0.05. Nice. Let's go.
That first tenure, he was getting enough starting minutes where he would get 10. And
okay, so, hear me out. Do we think Mario Hezonja had 10 a game?
He might have,
come on, he was starting, right? He was not playing well, but he was starting. You don't have to play well to get 10 a game in the NBA, at least
you
for
say
NBA
that,
players.
But
oh my gosh, who else was around that time? Like, was it Turkoglu? Who else was on that team?
Oh, Turkoglu definitely would have had 10 a game. I mean, Turkoglu was playing big minutes in the finals. Like, Turkoglu would have definitely had it for the Magic. I mean, Turkoglu,
Ibaka maybe.
Oh, that's interesting. Ibaka was getting starting minutes back then. He might, right?
Ibaka. I mean, Vooch would work.
Vooch is. I mean, the obvious answers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Oladipo. You're right. Yeah, Oladipo. I mean, Tobias Harris would work there, low key.
Tobias, yeah.
I'm trying to get somebody like more random. I'm thinking of like the Aaron Aflalos of the world. Like I'm trying to think of people who played with like Vooch and all them, like who were in those like weird in between years.
Dwight would work.
Well, Dwight's the obvious one, Justin. Come on, man. We're gonna put Dwight there.
I know. Dwight would work for 10,000 too, right?
Dwight, Dwight definitely works for 10,000. I've got a Magic one, and this is insane, but I feel like we got to go with it. And it's mostly because me and a bunch of our buddies saw him hit a game winner in the playoffs for Orlando. The one year was in like 2018. In the midst of those, just like lost in the wilderness years for Orlando. I think DJ Augustine works for 10 points a game per season for the Magic.
DJ Augustine's a good one.
And that's going to be really low.
Yep, 0.6.
Nice. I'm surprised even 0.6. I was hoping for the 00 there.
Okay, I got one for you.
Okay.
Finals MVP, 10 a game. I bet Iggy would do well here because everyone's going to put Iggy here.
I think he would too because everybody's going to put him in the Warriors one just because it's obvious. But like, right, it's you put him in the other one.
I think he would be the move there.
Yeah, I'm fine with it because he'll be lower there, obviously. Like the Warriors Finals MVPs are Iggy, Steph, and the 6%. Boomer one. Yeah, see, I think maybe because the Warriors were there, I think that raised it a little bit.
Fair.
Just like they got cute like we did. Because I mean, Finals MVP, it's basically I think everyone ever had 10 points a game per season.
Right.
So, well, I mean, so let's just keep doing Finals MVP. The Warriors Finals MVP. I mean, we took Iguodala out. Steph is obviously one. Durant is one, and then Rick Barry. Rick Barry's the Boomer who they won. Actually, I mean, I guess Wilt might have been too back in the day if you really want to go, but I don't think Finals MVP was a thing yet when he won because Bill Russell like never won Finals MVP low key too, which is wild.
Well, which one do you think would be like? I feel like Kevin Durant might be a lesser used one, but also he's probably one of the bigger. Well, they're all big names, but. I
mean, Durant's also going to get used heavy in Phoenix and Golden State, I would imagine.
Oh, that's a good call. I didn't even think about that connect.
My order of how popular these answers are.
Doesn't Dario work there?
Yes, Dario does work there. Confirmed. Yeah. I mean, we could do that if you want. Down for Dario there right now. Yeah, that's fine.
Dario.
Yeah, Dario 100% works there.
100%. Oh, my gosh.
Wow. I mean, Steph is obviously going to be one. I think. And then I would like to think Durant is 2 there, or I think Iguodala could have been 2, but I think Durant's no worse than 3. I feel like Rick Barry's got to be the lowest.
Okay.
Just because he won in the 70s, like that was like that's a blip of a Warriors title, kind of.
We'll take it. Yep. So
Rick
then,
Barry
do you want
to free throws, granny style? Gotta love it.
We could go 10,000 rebounds, final MVP.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of flexibility there, certainly. I mean, off the top, Shaq, Olajuwon, 10K in Finals MVP. Who else do we got?
Do we know if Oh, he wouldn't have been Finals MVP.
Actually, Garnett didn't win Finals MVP either. I was going to say Garnett's got to have Finals MVP, but Paul Pierce won in 08.
Duncan, he got Finals MVP, right?
Duncan's got to have 10K rebounds. Yeah, he definitely had a Finals MVP. There's no way he didn't.
I would be very surprised. Trying to think of some other names.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, David Robinson.
Gasol, did Gasol ever get a Finals MVP? I doubt it.
I don't think he did in any of those two last Lakers years. I think Kobe did both times.
Kobe got him. Yeah. Okay. Who else?
I'm trying to get back to I'm trying to think of the 80s. Like we mentioned the big ones in terms of I don't know if David Robinson ever won a Finals MVP. He definitely has 10K rebounds. I don't know if he won it in 99. I feel like Duncan did.
Trying to think of Finals MVP makes it tough.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to even go back to the 70s. Kareem definitely works. I mean, shoot, Wilt works probably. Honestly, I think Wilt probably won Finals MVP maybe with the Sixers in '67.
Want to just go Wilt then?
The only reason I'm not gung ho about going Wilt right now is because it's always that I forget what year the Finals MVP came into play, and I would hate to lose because Finals MVP didn't exist when Wilt was.
Oh no,
Elgin Baylor got me kind of tripping, but I'm also Wilt won in the '70s. That's my thing. He would have won a Finals MVP in the '70s.
Want to go Wilt and just try it, see what happens, or should we say?
Yeah, all right. No, that's fine. If we get burnt by this twice, so it's literally even in the same spot as the Grid we missed last week too.
But we have mentioned
Wilt.
No, we got it.
Thank
good.
God.
Yeah, we got it.
Thank God.
All right. So then,
Magic 10K rebounds. It's the only. I mean, who's Dwight and Shaq?
Dwight, Shaq, Vooch. You think he's at 10K?
No way.
Okay.
No way Vooch has 10K.
Yeah, I mean, I really think those are our only options. Maybe
that might
Shaq.
be it. I'm trying to think. I mean, every other guy there was a scorer. None of their bigs even came. Oh, no, came late in their career. Oh, this works, dude. I'm pumped. I remember this, dude. Patrick Ewing was on Orlando late in his career.
Wow. Okay.
I think that'll be number one. I think that. It was very late. It's one of those it's like when Hakeem was on Toronto. It's what are you doing here right now? Type
right.
deals.
Why are you here?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. 11% on that one. That one's a good one. All right. So then Magic, Warriors, Suns, 10K rebounds.
I mean, Suns 10K rebounds, number one is going to be Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley is the obvious answer there.
Yep.
Shaq also works there. A lot of Shaq that works today.
Shaq would be good.
I don't think Stoudemire had 10K.
Yeah, that's who I was just trying to think of.
I mean, none of their bigs, all these good teams recently haven't had a big who was that guy for a while. And I mean, if I really want to go back, Connie Hawkins is a guard or forward, I should say. I don't think he is 10K. There's no way.
Maybe just go Shaq since it's kind of more of a.
I think Shaq will be lower than Barkley. Yeah, for sure. I mean, Shaq's a more popular player, but again, Phoenix isn't exactly his most known tenure. And plus, I think it can be an option for Orlando.
24.
Yeah, I mean, it's still
high,
Shaq
but
at the end of the day.
All right, Orlando Warriors. I feel like wouldn't have DJ Augustine worked for that too?
He might have actually. That definitely may have worked. I mean, Matt Barnes, who we use a lot, works there.
Oh, that's a good one. Yep, Matt Barnes, Matty. Oladipo never ended up out there, right?
I'm bad. I'm dying. You call him Matt Barnes, Matty. Oh yeah, Matty.
Oh, Matty. Matty, got upset, drove to New York, tried to fight Derek Fisher. No big deal.
God, Orlando.
Matty's got a temper like that. You know what I mean?
Who could there be? Well, that's why I feel like you shouldn't call him Matty. I don't know if he'd be too amused about that.
It's Derek. Derek Lee?
Are you talking about Derek Lee or Courtney Lee?
No, Derek Lee.
The only Derek Lee I know played baseball, man.
Maybe I'm not thinking of Derek Lee then. No, there was who am I thinking of? Not Luis Scola.
What year? Are you give me a
14 probably?
You're not talking about David Lee, are you?
David Lee, yes. I called him.
I don't think David Lee didn't play for he didn't play for Orlando. He played for Golden State for sure. He's on the title team.
Yeah, well, I knew he was on Warriors, but for whatever reason, I thought he did a stint with Orlando.
I don't like Monta
Uh,
Ellis never ended up on Orlando. Um, oh God, like I don't think Aflalo never ended up on Golden State. Tobias never played on Golden State.
dude, this one's a tough one. This is a
Oladipo
tough
never played on
connect.
Golden State.
I bet this is. I will be surprised if there are a lot of connections here.
There's going to be an obvious one, and it's driving me crazy. It's not Ibaka. It's not Biombo.
Bobo.
It's so funny. No, I don't think it is. Jeff Green played in Orlando, Immaculate Grid darling, but I don't think he played for the Warriors.
Mm.
Man, who else is on that bar? Iguodala never did. I mean, we use Iguodala anyway, but
No.
I don't think like Richard Jefferson never played in Orlando. I don't think. Did Zaza play in Orlando?
Zaza Pachulia.
I feel like we use him a lot. I feel like he played in Orlando though.
What about didn't Varejao end up in
In Golden State. I don't think he did Orlando.
Did he ever do a stint with Orlando for a second?
No. Golden State was the end of his career.
Aaron Gordon, no. I'm trying to go back. Who are some other guys that were on that team?
Oh, dude. Jason Richardson.
Jason Richardson.
He'll probably be high, but I like this one. He was on the finals team in Orlando. He won the dunk contest in Golden State.
There he is, 12%. Wasn't
Love
too bad.
It. All right.
How many 38?
I mean, we got 3. Oh, Gilbert Arenas.
Zaza did work. Oh, Gilbert.
That's so we got Zaza. We got Jason Richardson.
Yeah, we got
Matt Barnes.
Corey Joseph. Otto Porter.
Oh, Otto Porter. Wow.
Yeah, Ish.
Oh, yeah. Classic. Wow. Yeah, Mo Speezy's a good one.
Yeah.
Because he played real minutes.
Matt Barnes worked too. Yep,
yeah, we got Matt Barnes.
Yep.
Oh, Michael Petrus. Wow. I didn't know Petrus. They loved him on that finals team.
Jason Richardson. Yeah.
All right. I'm good. I'm happy with that one. That's good. I'm glad
that one got that one was deep. That was a deep one for sure. So all right.
All right. Let's go down to most popular answers real quick. Let's see what we're working with.
5
rebounders. I mean, we got 3 of them.
That's fair. I'm interested to see
who are the other 2.
Well, that's what I'm trying to pull up, but the freaking hold on, it's not letting me because of the screen share. Oh, it's not going to give it to me the way I want.
Oh yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah, just show me the. Oh wait, hold on. Maybe it will. Team, just give me Orlando, right? That's what we wanted.
Yeah.
Orlando Magic. Get results. Come on.
Classic.
Come on, verify me.
That would have been wild if they didn't verify you on stream.
Sorry, there's no results. All right. Well,
all right. Well, we'll go back to that. All right. Most popular answers in Immaculate Grid this week for for Suns and Warriors, it was Kevin Durant. Suns 10K rebounds. Charles Barkley. Suns 10 a game per season. Devin Booker. Matt Barnes was the most popular answer for Orlando and Golden State. Shaq most popular for Orlando and 10,000 career rebounds. Penny Hardaway most popular for Magic and 10 a game per season. That's a good one. We mentioned Penny. Steph Curry for Warriors Finals MVP. Hakeem Olajuwon for Finals MVP and 10,000 career rebounds, and Michael Jordan for Finals MVP and 10 points a game per season. Our grid one last time. We got Dario Saric for Suns and Warriors, Shaquille O'Neal for Suns 10,000 rebounds, Elfrid Payton Suns 10 points a game per season, Jason Richardson for Magic and Warriors, Patrick Ewing for Magic and 10,000 career rebounds, DJ Augustine for Magic and 10 points a game per season, Rick Barry for Warriors Finals MVP, Wilt Chamberlain for Finals MVP and 10,000 career rebounds, and Andre Iguodala for Finals MVP and 10 points a game per season. Thank you everybody for listening to this episode of the Drive and Dish NBA podcast. Appreciate you guys as always. Leave us a review on iTunes, good or bad. We'll read them on the show. If you are not an Apple user, Google Play Store, geez, oh man, the Google Store, Google Play Store, Spreaker, Spotify, TuneIn, Amazon Music, Player FM, anywhere you can find a podcast, you can find us.
And you can find us on YouTube, Drive and Dish NBA. Apparently, they want us to start uploading shorts. So who knows? Maybe that'll happen. But either way, you can subscribe and you'll get notifications when new episodes are coming out.